This is the first chapter of another journey into forgotten legends hidden beyond the edge of ordinary maps. Tonight, we travel to the ancient cedar valleys of northern Japan, where generations believed a silent creature wandered beneath the tallest trees. Long before roads crossed those mountains, woodcutters refused to remain after sunset because they believed something watched every movement from the darkness. They called it the Hollow Keeper. No two witnesses described it exactly the same. Some believed it looked like a tall figure covered with bark and hanging vines. Others claimed it resembled a giant deer standing on two legs with pale, glowing eyes. The strangest part was that nobody ever reported seeing it move. They only looked away for a moment, and somehow it appeared much closer. Old stories claimed birds stopped singing before the creature arrived. Even the wind became completely silent. Hunters who ignored those warnings often lost their way, although they knew the forest better than anyone. Some returned home many hours later, unable to explain where they had been. Others spoke about hearing someone whisper their own name deep between the trees, despite traveling completely alone. Villagers believed the Hollow Keeper protected forgotten places where ancient spirits still rested. Anyone who disturbed old stone circles or cut sacred trees risked attracting its attention. Yet according to the oldest legends, the creature never attacked without reason. It simply followed those who broke the ancient rules, waiting patiently until fear forced them deeper into the forest. Perhaps that is why the legend survived for so many generations. Because even today, some hikers exploring remote valleys quietly admit they sometimes feel watched, although nobody can be found anywhere nearby. Far across the burning deserts of southern Mongolia, travelers once avoided a lonely valley where strange lights appeared after sunset. According to old legends, an ancient creature known as the Ashwalker wandered between the dunes, searching for anyone who entered its forgotten land. Witnesses described a tall figure, wrapped in black dust with long arms that almost touched the ground and bright white eyes glowing through the darkness. Caravan guides claimed they occasionally spotted it standing on distant hills without leaving footprints in the sand. The moment someone looked away, it seemed to appear much closer. Ancient stories warned people never to follow mysterious lights at night because many believed the Ashwalker could create glowing illusions leading travelers away from safe paths. Some disappeared until sunrise, while others returned unable to remember where they had wandered. During powerful sandstorms, people sometimes heard slow footsteps surrounding their camps, even though nothing could be seen outside. Elders believed the creature guarded the ruins of an ancient city buried beneath the desert centuries ago. Anyone searching for hidden treasure was said to attract its attention. Even today, explorers crossing remote desert valleys sometimes report seeing a silent figure standing far away before vanishing behind drifting clouds of sand, leaving only empty silence behind. Long before large cities covered the valleys of eastern Peru, people living near the endless rainforest warned strangers about a place where the jungle never seemed to sleep. They believed an ancient creature called the vine stalker lived among the oldest trees. Hidden by hanging roots and thick leaves, it watched every traveler who entered alone. Some described it as a thin human figure covered in dark vines, while others believed its body was made entirely of twisted branches and moss. Hunters claimed they sometimes noticed glowing green eyes between the trees, only for them to disappear the moment they blinked. The forest became strangely quiet whenever the creature was near. Even insects stopped making noise, and every animal suddenly vanished. According to the oldest legends, the vine stalker protected forgotten temples swallowed by the jungle. Anyone who removed ancient stones or sacred objects was said to lose every sense of direction. Many wandered for hours without finding the same path twice. A few returned, claiming they heard soft footsteps behind them during the entire journey, although nobody was ever there. Even today, explorers occasionally describe an overwhelming feeling that something unseen is following them through the rainforest, waiting silently just beyond the trees. High above the frozen valleys of western Norway, people once believed an ancient creature lived among cliffs, hidden by endless snowstorms. They called it the Frost Sentinel. According to old stories, it appeared as a towering figure, covered in white fur with long curved antlers and glowing blue eyes that could be seen through the falling snow. Shepherds claimed they sometimes spotted it, standing on distant ridges before it disappeared without leaving a single footprint. The oldest legends warned travelers never to follow unfamiliar tracks across the mountains because they often ended near deep frozen ravines where many people vanished without explanation. Whenever the Frost Sentinel appeared, every sound seemed to disappear. Even the howling wind became completely silent. Those who survived claimed they felt as though something watched every step until they finally escaped the mountains. Villagers believed the creature protected ancient stones buried beneath the ice and punished anyone who tried to uncover them. Even today, experienced climbers occasionally report seeing a tall shadow standing through heavy snowfall, only for it to disappear the moment they look again, leaving nothing except untouched snow and complete silence. Our journey ends deep inside the forgotten swamps of southern Finland, where thick mist often hides everything beyond a few steps. According to old legends, an ancient creature called the Mist Warden wandered those silent waters after sunset. People described a tall shadow covered in dark reeds with glowing silver eyes reflecting across the water. Like many forgotten guardians, it rarely showed itself completely. Most witnesses only noticed a distant figure standing perfectly still before it slowly vanished into the fog. Fishermen believed strange ripples moving against the current meant the creature was nearby and immediately returned to shore. Elders warned children never to answer unfamiliar voices echoing across the marsh, because the Mist Warden could imitate anyone calling for help. Some who ignored the warning wandered through the swamp until sunrise, unable to explain how they became lost. The oldest stories claimed the creature protected secrets buried beneath the black water, since long before the first villages were built. Even today, hikers crossing remote wetlands sometimes describe hearing quiet footsteps behind them, despite finding no one there. Maybe every legend you heard tonight is only another old story. Or maybe somewhere beyond the places where people no longer go, something ancient still waits hidden in the darkness. Thanks for watching, and tell me which forgotten legend should appear in the next chapter.